So don't bet against Elon Musk. Now, I know this is going to be a controversial statement, but I'm going to just dive into this one because there's a lot of people who feel a lot of different ways about Elon Musk right now, politically speaking. But ultimately, the guy who was definitely going bankrupt with Tesla in 2018 now runs one of the most valuable car companies on the planet. The guy who was wasting money on silly rockets that will never land now dominates the space industry. The guy who's overpaying for a failing social media platform just turned it profitable. So I've been watching countless experts predict Musk's downfall, and I've watched these same experts eat crow over and over again. Today I'm going to break down exactly why betting against Elon Musk has been the fastest way to look bad in coming times. And so I definitely think if you want to look at one of the smartest investors and smartest tech leaders in the world, it's hard to not agree with this, regardless of political standpoint. It's hard to look at Elon Musk and say he's a failure. So let's dive into some of my reasoning here today. Welcome to Startup Hack. I'm Spencer Thompson. Here at Startup Hack, we train software developers in our licensed coding boot camps, as well as build custom software solutions for companies. With a decade of executive leadership as a fractional CTO and 25 years in software development, I've mastered transforming tech teams and products. All right, so as I was saying, betting against Elon Musk has been a losing strategy for decades now. Now, I get that it's volatile because he's definitely a controversial person, but I've just always been one to bet with him. And some of the smartest minds in business and technology, from Warren Buffett to Bill Gates to many others, have said that betting against Elon Musk is not a wise move. So I'm going to break down some of this and talk a little bit about the Elon skeptics and why they end up consistently wrong. So every major venture that Elon Musk has committed to has eventually succeeded, despite initial skepticism and setbacks along the way. PayPal revolutionized online payments and made Musk his first fortune, despite critics saying that digital payments would never replace traditional banking. Tesla was mocked for years as a boutique luxury car maker that'd be crushed by traditional automakers, and yet now it's produced over 1 million vehicles annually, and it dominates the EV market space, and personally, one of my favorite cars. SpaceX was ridiculed for the idea of private companies competing with nation stages in space, but it now routinely launches more rockets than any country and has slashed launch costs by over 90%. And they just recently are the ones to bring the astronauts home, right? And Musk has a pattern of, or people have a pattern of doubting Musk and then watching him succeed, and this is repeated across multiple different industries. So even X, which was formerly Twitter, which many declared a guaranteed failure after Musk's acquisition, has reportedly returned profitability according to recent statements. Now, Musk operates with a mission-driven mindset that fundamentally changes how he approaches business compared with most executives. Assuming Musk is primarily motivated by personal financial gain misses the entire point of his career trajectory and the massive risk he's repeated. So as soon as I hear people say, well, he's motivated by money, this guy is clearly not motivated by money. In 2008, Musk famously put his last remaining funds into Tesla and SpaceX when both were on the verge of collapse because the missions mattered more to him than the money. So Alex Hormozi recently highlighted this exact point in a viral post, and I want to pull this post up here for you. So if you know me, you know I'm an Alex Hormozi fan, right? So he says, this is really good. Elon's algorithm for improving anything. 1, question the requirements. 2, delete dumb requirements. 3, optimize. 4, accelerate timelines. And 5, automate. It's also the algorithm for improving life, Hormozi says, right? Phase 1, question why you should do stuff. Phase 2, delete dumb people and expectations. 3, pursue the opportunity that gives you the highest return. Phase 4, see how you can do that with 1/10 of the time or accelerate. Phase 5, get other people or other things to keep pursuing these goals while you automate. So and I really like Alex Hormozi in general, and it's interesting to see his take on what Elon Musk is saying here, because he takes these, he observes Musk and looks at these things and these patterns and these systems that he's done. He applies it to himself and to business and finds that it really continues to work, right? His core missions, sustainable energy, making humanity multiplanetary, and advancing AI safely, provides a North Star that's a guiding decision that make everything else underneath it and then beyond quarterly profits. So I can tell you that the mission-driven businesses are the ones that constantly outperform money-driven ones in the long run. Now, Warren Buffett, arguably one of the greatest investors of all time, explicitly stated he doesn't want to compete with Elon Musk, a remarkable acknowledgement from someone known for identifying businesses' advantages. Now, Buffett also praised Musk's remarkable ability to create and grow breakthrough businesses in multiple industries. Bill Gates, despite his public disagreements with Musk on a lot of topics, has gone on record as saying he's in awe of what Elon has accomplished, particularly with Tesla's electric vehicles. Gates also specifically highlighted Tesla's contributions to fighting climate change. Now, I've seen a lot of technology leadership in my time, and I've seen a lot of those and have earned the respect of competitors and one of the hardest won battles, right? These acknowledgments aren't just polite professional courtesies. They represent genuine recognition from people who understand exactly how Musk accomplishes, how big his accomplishments were. Now, Amazon stock history provides a fascinating parallel to Tesla and Musk and other ventures. There's been multiple 30 to 50% drawdowns along the way for Amazon. In the early 2000s, Amazon was regularly criticized as an unprofitable bookseller that would never justify its valuation. Now, that criticism sounds crazy today, but it's actually very similar to what Tesla faced for a lot of years, right? There was a lot of comparisons here, and I'm going to show you another comparison here about how both companies face similar patterns here. So let me get this up over here. And so you can see here that times like when you need to reflect on Amazon went from $13 to $6 before it 400x, right? And this is Bezos giving us a rundown on what this was. So this is an interesting one, right? More companies have gone from 13 to 6 than from 400 from X, right? So this is an interesting statement from Bezos, but I think this is an interesting point as we start to look at this formula for how Elon has done these amazing feats. And so this is, again, why I'm saying I don't think it's a wise move to bet against Elon Musk. Now, overall, I think there's a lot that we're going to see over the coming years. I don't think we've seen the end of Musk, and I know a lot of people disagree with his politics, but Musk continually uses a first principle approach to problem solving, breaking challenges down to hear fundamental truths rather than reasoning by analogy or by tradition. This approach allowed SpaceX to completely reimagine rocket design and manufacturing, leading to innovations that established aerospace companies that have missed despite decades of experience. Now, I like this other post from Sawyer Merritt, who's like a huge Tesla follower, right? And so I think you have to really understand this to understand Elon Musk. So just sticking your thumbs in your ears and not listening to reason and just saying you disagree with his politics is an interesting stance. Sawyer says, and this is somebody who's been following Elon Musk for a long time. Sawyer says, Elon Musk is a mission-driven individual, always has been. It would be stupid to assume he's motivated by personal financial gain. While wealth is a byproduct of his worth, it's not the goal. Some people argue that Elon is using his involvement with Doge and government connections for self-enrichment. Yet those same people also claim that Tesla's stock decline, causing his net worth to drop by over $160 billion, is due to these very actions and political involvement. So which is it? If Elon's primary goal were wealth accumulation, he could just start another company. XAI was founded less than 24 months ago and is already valued at $75 billion. He doesn't need Doge or political ties to grow his fortune. Elon uses his wealth as a tool to achieve his goals and advance his mission. Every company he's founded operates with a mission statement focused on improving people's life. His work on Doge is just over a month in, still in the early stages. Mistakes are expected in such a fast-paced environment, but they will be identified and corrected over time. In the long run, I believe people will look back with appreciation for the positive impact he's made, not just in business, but also in government. Short-term pain for long-term gain. Now, I agree with Sawyer here, not because I agree with him on everything. I am a Tesla fanboy, but like I love my car, and I think it's been interesting to watch Elon Musk as a business owner. So Musk has created an unusual integrated ecosystem of his companies that provide strategic advantages through shared technologies, talents, and vision. And Tesla's battery expertise benefits both its automotive and its energy business, while also potentially supporting future Boring Company and SpaceX initiatives. There's a lot of different reasons, and so this is part of the reason why at this point I think it would be unwise to bet against Elon Musk. Right. And so I think that Elon Musk can draw top talent. Hormozi, goes back to this and explains this in his, in that post, right, that I shared earlier, The talent advantage compounds over time as top performers attract other top performers who want to work with the best in their field. Now, many Musk critics focus on missed short-term deadlines while completely missing the remarkable long-term achievements. I'm, for one, kind of poo-poo on the fact, and you've heard me on my channel before, talk about how Elon's promised us that full self-driving would drive by the end of the year, right? And yet nobody has more self-driving cars on the market driving more of the drive right now than just getting pure number of full self-driving hours out there than Tesla does. So that's a win. Is it the one that he's promised? No. But these are one of these examples where he's shooting for the stars, or shooting for the sun and maybe hitting the stars, or shooting for the stars, hitting the moon, whatever the saying is. But my point of this is he's shooting high. He's going on these mission-driven things. And that's the reason why, in my opinion, I would not bet against Elon Musk. One of Musk's most unappreciated strengths is building organizations and that learn and adapt from an exceptional speed compared to traditional companies. Tesla's ability to make significant design and manufacturing improvements between vehicle generations has far outpaced traditional automakers' typical 5 to 7 years. SpaceX famously iterates on rocket designs in the open, learning from failures and implementing improvements at a pace that makes traditional aerospace companies that look frozen over time. So I definitely think that as you look at this, and as whether you agree or disagree with Musk, I recognize he's a polarizing figure. But if all you're going to do is stick your fingers in your ears and just say you disagree with him, you're missing out on one of the most intelligent minds of our time. Musk's willingness to take strong contrarian positions and stick with them despite criticism has been a consistent source of competitive advantage. And so through my years, I've observed that the biggest opportunities typically exist in the space where expert consensus is wrong about something important. The pattern is remarkably consistent. Musk identifies an industry consensus that's wrong, builds a company to exploit that misconception, and endures years of criticism and ultimately proves the consensus wrong. This has been true with Tesla. It's been true with SpaceX. Was true with X. Was true with a lot of things. Now, what are your thoughts? Again, I'm sure this is a polarizing subject, so I'm totally happy to hear opposing arguments. What are your thoughts? Do you agree? Do you disagree? I want to have an intelligent discussion. I don't just want, I hate Elon Musk, right? Like, tell me why it is that you can disagree, that you think that he's one of the most advancing figures of our time. Here at Startup Hack, we love to train software developers in our licensed coding boot camps, as well as to build custom software solutions for companies. So if you need help, reach out. Check out startuphack.com/Spencer, and here's some information about our coding boot camps.
Want to become a software developer but don't want to spend 4 years in college and rack up massive student loan debts? Think you need technical expertise to get started? Welcome to Startup Hack, a better way to start your software career without student loans and years without income. One-on-one tutoring is included so you never get stuck and have guidance through the whole process. No technical experience is necessary. Learn at your own pace and in your own space. Startup Hack has worked with local state agencies in your area to make it so that qualifying students can get the program costs covered entirely and students can start earning while they learn.
Startup Hack's .NET Coding Bootcamp was a game changer for my career. As someone with no prior programming experience, I was initially intimidated by the idea of learning to code, but the instructors at Startup Hack broke down complex concepts into easy to understand lessons and provided hands-on projects that really cemented my understanding. The curriculum was comprehensive and up to date and got me ready for my first job. What really set Startup Hack apart was the focus on practical, real-world skills. Thanks to Startup Hack, I landed my dream job as a .NET developer within weeks of graduating. I went from knowing nothing about code to building professional-grade web applications in just a few intense months. If you're looking to break into .NET development or level up your coding skills, I cannot recommend Startup Hack enough.
Complete our 3-month coding bootcamp, gain hands-on experience, and land a paid internship. With 2 years of experience, on average, our graduates are making over $80,000 per year. The 3-month program includes technologies from Microsoft, Google, and Facebook. No debt, just a quick path to earning. Check out startuphack.com to code your